reproduced or represented in part or entirely without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group, copyright 2025. All rights are reserved.
The march to freedom is long, and it must continue to evolve.
Led by God and grounded in Scripture.
March to freedom must be righteous, with a focus on accountability and sustainability to ensure that we leave no man behind.
Have the courage to do the right thing and get yourself a red Bible.
As we unleash the minds, you can be confident that the revolution is alive, and we will continue to document it.
This is Freedom March.
This is Freedom March. Hello, thank you so much for joining us. Happy Tuesday. I'm Levan Miller, and you're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, channel 224, that's on cable, channel 112, that's on Flow, and of course ILTV Studios on Facebook, where by now you should be following us. The race for Golden Isles, it's not heating up, it's hot. The declarations are in, right? And I'm no accountant, but I have had an opportunity to sit around a bunch of smart accountants, and I've got some questions about these declarations. And I'm going to invite as many of you as possible to go with me as we journey down this track of critiquing these declarations. At some point, I'm not saying they need to be truthful, but they need to at least be reasonable. Most notably amongst the declarations is that of Brian Roll, in my view, a man that claims he makes $37,000 per annum, but somehow has $60,000 in savings. I imagine that unless in his former life he made, I don't know, $100,000 a year or there's about, that there would be no way to save $60,000 a year from a salary of $37,000 a year. Even if we used best practices, which I understand from those people that are accountants and that are more intelligent than I am, is you give yourself the same amount of money as you would give your God. So you give God 10% of your salary, and then you give 10% of your salary to yourself in savings. But even if the man saved 10% of his $37,000, that would hover him somewhere around $3,700 per annum. If you then calculate the fact, Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is here with me. Bradley, I want you to help me with this. If the man saves $3,700 per annum, can you do the maths for me on how many per annums would it take to get to 60,000? So the formula is 60,000 divided by, 60,000.
He makes 37.
60,000.
He saves 60,000.
Divide that by 3,700. You would need 16 years. You would need 16 years to save that amount of money. It is not possible. It is incredulous that you would write that. It is unconscionable that a justice of the peace would sign that. Anyway, I'm going to the break. When I get back, the phone lines will be open right away, and we're going to talk about this. We'll be back on Freedom March.
Fill up a box for all $30.
The new KFC Fill-Up Box, serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Fill-Up Box. Only at KFC, it's finger-licking good.
This is Freedom March. Hello, thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Again, Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is with me. Bradley, again, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here, Levi.
If Bradley Roll is here, that must mean we have Holy Scripture, though, Bradley. So let's
Bible.
Let's go to some Holy Scripture, Bradley, because I feel like I can need that today.
Indeed. Of course, if you got scriptures, we have to look at the Bible, the Red Bible. Listen, today we're going to look at the rich in the kingdom of God. Matthew 19. One of the reasons I came back to this, a couple of reasons, and I'll show you why too. The Bible says, just then a man came up to Jesus and asked, "Teacher, what good thing must I do to get eternal life?" Now I want you to note that this question that is asked Jesus 2,000 years ago, if this very same question is asked today, you're going to get a different response. So this response that Jesus gave this rich man is not the same response that you would get if you asked the same question today. Because this question was asked about more than 2,000 years ago. Follow me on this. Just then a man came up to Jesus and asked him, "Teacher, what good thing must I do to gain eternal life?" "Why do you ask me about what is good?" Jesus replied. There's only one who is good. If you want to enter life, keep the commandments. "Which ones?" he inquired. Jesus replied, "You should not murder. You should not commit adultery. You should not steal. You should not give false witness. Honor your father and your mother. Love your neighbors yourself." So no doubt, these are from the 10 Commandments. So when he asks which ones, Jesus repeats the 10 Commandments. He says, "All these I have kept," the young man said. "What do I lack?" Jesus answered, "If you want to be perfect, go sell your possessions, give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me." Producer. Okay, watch. Follow me. When the young man heard this, he went away sad because he had great wealth. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Truly I tell you, it is hard." Jesus didn't say it was impossible now. Jesus says, "Truly I tell you, it is hard for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven. And again I tell you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of God." Go ahead, producer. Here are the last two verses, right? Yeah. When the disciples heard this, they were greatly astonished and asked, "Well, who then can be saved?" Jesus looked at them and said, "With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible." Flip back to the beginning. I want to show a friend of mine who asked me this question. He's a Seventh-day Adventist. Go to the next screen, producer. When Jesus repeats the commandments, right? I want you to notice this. This man asked Jesus, "What must I do to inherit eternal life under the law?" This question was asked in the law of Moses. So Jesus repeats the law that he was under, the 10 Commandment law. Jesus says, "You should not murder. You should not commit adultery. You should not steal. You should not give false testimony. Honor your father and your mother. Love your neighbor as yourself." He says, "All these I have kept." The young man said, "What do you lack?" But I want you to notice something for my Seventh-day Adventist friends. As important as the Sabbath is, you notice that Jesus doesn't mention the Sabbath in his reply to the young man? Think about that now, because we have the Seventh-day Adventist Church that basically eats, drinks, sleeps, as far as the Sabbath. They drill it home. They drill the Sabbath home to you. But when Jesus responded to this young man, Jesus did not even mention the Sabbath as one of the laws that this young man must keep there in eternal life. That's something that you need to think about. And then Jesus answered, "If you want to be perfect, sell all your possessions, give it to the poor, and you'll have treasure in heaven, and then come follow me." I just thought I'd point out. Matthew 19, 16 to 26. The rich young ruler, of course, under the old law, Jesus responded to them, and if he wanted to understand what the kingdom is all about or to end eternal life, that's exactly what he had to do. But this question, if asked today, the response or the answer to this question would be much different than when Jesus gave this answer to the rich young ruler. Thank you, Blue Sir. The word of God is
Well, is it
extremely
harder
powerful.
for a rich man to enter heaven than it is for a poor man to enter the Parliament of the Bahamas?
Well, it isn't hard for a poor man and a bad man.
So why all these men trying to play rich?
I don't know. Being rich is not a requirement, right?
No, it's not.
Right, right.
So why everybody trying to play rich?
Well,
And see, I got to go back to Darren again, because you remember Darren said he was so poor, he was a space cleaner. This boy said he making $430,000 a year.
do you recognize that if you're poor,
Yeah.
that people automatically categorize you and put you in a certain category?
What category
well,
is that?
people don't look too fairly on poor people. Poor people don't get the same attention and recognition as people who are rich. Some people look down on people who are poor. Some people despise
Why, if
people who are
Jesus
poor.
said the poor you will have a Jew?
And that's what it's interesting. All right, and as a matter of fact, it doesn't seem as if being rich, as far as entering the kingdom is concerned, is a requirement either.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's harder to enter the Parliament of the Bahamas as a poor man than it is to enter the kingdom of heaven as a rich man.
Boy, that's interesting. But and I think that's one of the reasons why
Bradley,
some
the
folks may
man
try.
said he has $60,000 that
Now,
he saved off of his $37,000 salary.
now I don't know how true it is, right? But this is what was sent to me. I
He
understand.
hit big number 8.
No, I understand that he used to work to BTC and he got a package. That's what was sent to me.
He get the package from BTC. If he got the fine. If he got the package from BTC, we would be talking about BTC was sold in 2008, was it?
When Ingram sold it,
Right.
92 to 2002. He lost in 2000.
So about 2008, I think it was.
He came back to power.
When? Tell me when BTC was sold.
Ingram came back to power in 2007.
Right, and I think he sold
2012.
BTC in 8 or 9, when him and Chicago Line say the 49 and 51 is the same thing.
I can tell you one thing.
So hold on, here's what I'm trying to get you to understand. 2008 to 2018 is 10 years.
Yeah, then
2018,
we had 25. That's another 7.
that's like 16 years, so there's
Yeah,
about...
7. Yeah. He's selling up the money.
What did he receive? $200,000?
Maybe 300. I understand the packages of the $324,000.
No, man, the high end was, I think, 2. I have a whisperer as well. Oh, great BTC whisperer. Please tell me what was some of the packages that people received, because I understand it was like $220,000 on the high end.
I know somebody who got 324.
You know somebody? Okay.
They got 324,000.
Bradley. Okay, fine. So he ain't worked for 18 years. What is he doing now for $37,000? Because
Well-
ChatGPT, when I asked ChatGPT about Brian Rule, right? And that's why I like the little invisible green man on the internet, because he don't know me and I don't know him, but he's telling me all business. ChatGPT say that Brian Rule should be about 50 years old, early 50s. Brian Rule, the Coalition of Independence, is estimated to be in his early 50s. While his exact birthday isn't publicly listed, Brian Rule's LinkedIn profile indicates that he earned a bachelor's degree from the Champlain College between 1990 and 1995. Assuming he was around 20 years old during that time, this would place his birth year somewhere in the early 70s, making him approximately 50 to 55 years
Yeah,
old.
probably 54.
Brian Rule is distinctly different from the American football player of the same name, who was born in 1988. The COI's candidate is based in the Bahamas and has a professional background in retail and inventory management. I ain't hear nothing but BTC in there.
No. For which organization?
What's up?
Which company is he retail? Is he still working now?
Yeah, he gotta be working. He collects a salary.
Okay.
Put up Brian Rule. Put up Brian Rule thing for me. Oh, and open up these phone lines because I need payments to help me with this.
37,000 is like...
Open the phone line because I've been talking to smart accountants all day, and none of them could bring me to the formula I would need to use to save $60,000, making $37,000 a year. Put up the Brian Rule thing so the people could see this, because I don't want them to say I lying, Bradley. In order for you to save $60,000 at $37,000 a year, you would need to be saving that money for 15 years. And that is using saving best practices, where you give yourself the same amount of money as you give your God.
So can you lie on these declarations?
You shouldn't lie because you have to swear them.
What happens if you do?
That is the question I want to get to. Because I think that we should call this declaration here into public scrutiny. It is impossible for this to be the truth. And the justice of the peace somewhere swore that this man told him that this was the truth. And so now I am calling on the parliamentary commissioner or on who else? Somebody to investigate this. This ain't right.
The person is what?
The man say.
Is that $500 or
The man say he have savings of $65,000. That's even worse. Put $65,000 in your phone, Bradley. Open the phone, line them up. I want Bahamians. Y'all can call me at any point.
You think it's impossible to send out the money?
This ain't possible. It is incredulous that he would claim this.
Now make sure you don't get accused of watching man money now.
Boy, the one thing I don't like is man things. Everybody who know me know the one thing I'm into is man things.
37,000?
35,000. 65,000.
65.
Now divide that by 37,000. No. Divide that by 3,700.
Oh, man.
3,700, Bradley.
Well, I need to clear this. I don't.
You need new glasses.
65,000. That's 650,000. 65,000 divided by 3,700. Yeah, 17.
17.567. So not 17.
Almost 18 years.
18 years. So for 18 years, if you didn't flinch in the best saving practice policy that I understand from accountants is the best way to go about your saving. 10% for God, 10% for you, 40% towards your invest, or 20% towards your investment portfolios, 40% for your bills and service stuff.
Is he married? Does he have a mortgage?
He can't put the Brian Roll thing back on the TV. He can't be married. You know how I know that?
Oh.
Put Brian Roll declaration back up. Because according to this, Brian Roll don't have no liabilities and wife costs money.
So there's no wife?
So what
he
this...
doesn't have a house?
I ain't saying he ain't have no wife. I saying he can't be married. Because if you have no liabilities, let me tell you what that means. That means every month you just pay your light bill to zero. Every month you just pay your phone bill to zero.
Cable bill.
If you have a credit card, you just pay that to zero. If you have a cable bill, you just pay that to zero. It would mean that you have no mortgage, and if he did get the money from BTC like you are claiming, I could understand that. That's fine. But he have a car that is valued at $25,000. Yeah?
An average car.
Average my foot. Average my foot. The average car around here is a Honda Fit.
A 5,000, eh?
$25,000, you're talking about a decent 7-year American vehicle.
Okay, like a what? Equinox or something?
Like a Ford Explorer.
Okay.
All right? So $25,000, let's just say 2015, 2018 Ford Explorer.
Okay, he is married.
Okay.
With 4 children, okay?
This makes it even worse.
Okay.
This makes it even worse. So you are earning $37,000 in salary
Now,
per
why are you
annum.
talking this man like this now?
Because I want you all to fix this.
Don't put no holes in the man.
I want this to be fixed. So the fella have, listen to what the fella have. $65,000 in savings.
Well, we should congratulate him. At least he knows how to save.
Hold on. And then he have other personal items. Guess how much they value, Bradley?
I can't see it from here.
$500,000.
Other personal.
How is he doing this over $37,000? Philip Davis?
Other person that he owns, right? Is that a house?
His
A
assets.
duplex?
It might be.
Is it a triplex?
It could be a duplex. It could be a triplex. I could tell you, triplex should be $500,000.
Depend on the area.
Listen to me, Bradley. The best practice module for triplexes or for any plex is each unit should be about 100 to 120K.
Okay. So that's 360, 370 there, for a triplex.
Okay.
Yeah, that's average. Yeah, that's cool.
But even then, you should have some liabilities. What do you mean you have no at all?
This young man is just lucky. He's probably...
I want the Prime Minister to sift this gentleman here away from the COI, recruit him as a part of the PLP, appoint him to the Senate, and make him the sub-minister of state for economic affairs. Because I feel like this should be the national model. Whatever this is he doing over here, all the Bahamians should be doing that.
Well, is it 5? Is it 4? Now, see? Now, don't do this to me. That's why I don't like to take this kind of false information.
What?
You see
You
that?
was the one getting in the man, churning and white.
Yeah. Okay, let's leave that alone now. Let's leave that
I
alone.
want to talk about what he declared.
Make sure this man don't sue you now.
For you mean for this public declaration?
No, for you trying to dig in this business.
You mean for this public declaration? I want to dig into this,
Okay.
and I want the parliamentary commissioner to go dig into this. What exactly is this? Bradley, it is just not possible.
Okay, I understand that he's a very good bit. Okay, all right. As far as I'm concerned, I'll give this a tick. That's straight. I got some good information. That's straight.
It come from heaven.
Yeah, you can't criticize this one. Okay.
It come from heaven.
Well, you're close.
Where you this week to make $37,000?
I understand this man is a very good businessman. All right, so he's straight from a credible source.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Now pick on somebody else now, because you can't attack this one.
Yeah, you mean the fella with the $37,000?
Yeah, you gotta let him go. Yeah.
What? Okay. Could he please tell us what the $500,000 is in his assets?
More than likely, it's a building. It has to be a building.
It doesn't have to be. He could own stocks in an insurance company.
Which is interesting because they mentioned that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is interesting.
These numbers just don't add up. Them numbers there, they don't go together. That's what I'm saying to you.
I think this is correct what he's doing here.
How? Explain the correctness. Something about this declaration don't make... Listen.
They don't have to give details of this, right?
What you mean?
Wait, they don't have to say exactly what the automobile is or get into what the other person's stuff is, right? Everything is
Bradley,
generalized in this other person's
Which
stuff.
good businessman in the Bahamas making $37,000 per annum? Conversely, put up the thing for the Darren Pickstock fella.
All right.
Darren Pickstock over there being a lawyer making $430,000.
What's his savings?
His savings is $100,000, which would be reasonable.
Okay.
You see?
Real estate, 1.3.
Oh, you can see. I thought you couldn't see from that far. All of a sudden, when the money turned into $1.3 million, you could see that.
Well, yeah, it's so.
Wow, wasn't that
whenever
amazing?
you call big figures.
Y'all don't move. I could get Bradley saved, and I coming right back after the break, all right?
This is Freedom March.
This is Freedom March. Hello, thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Welcome back to Freedom March. Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is here with me. Bradley, that's your cousin.
Yeah, it could be. I need to find out where his father from.
Y'all got plenty of money apparently.
Either Andros or some more. Cat Island. They're the three places that rules are normally, from. But Exuma, of course, is the hub. So I don't know. He has a rich background, apparently.
He doesn't have a rich background.
Yeah.
Apparently, he worked for Bedelco. Apparently, he was a part of the separation package. That took place somewhere about 15 years ago. My sources are telling me that if he took the VSEP package, he could have gotten high-end $200,000. They are almost certain it wasn't $200,000 though. Almost certain. So if he didn't have any massive income, or if he absorbed all of that liquid in actual asset, he could have $550,000 worth of asset, and that's fine. Put the thing back up, please. So he could have personal assets of $500,000 if he took a VSEP, right? But then, even then, Bradley, if he was losing his job, I don't perceive a bank would give a person walking away from their job a mortgage that is 2 times the amount of the VSEP. That doesn't make sense to me.
Unless the rental units. That can pay for themselves.
Even then, they would have to calculate the debt service ratio at about 40%. And in the case of rental apartments, I think it's 25%, because they always estimate that the apartment will only be at half capacity or something to that effect. Yeah? Explain this to me. This don't sound normal.
Oh, no. I don't know.
You have to call me, 323-777-569-80775. Or Brian, you call me, because I really want y'all to explain this to me.
But this doesn't disqualify him, right?
It don't disqualify him, but I think we have to become a little more serious about these declarations. You have to make it realistic.
Now, does the government believe this is realistic? Because they accepted it, right?
Well, obviously they accepted it. It's published.
Right.
As-
So obviously they believe this is realistic.
Then we
There-
should
there are
recruit
some
this
minds-
fella here. Brian Rule should be Michael Halkitis' deputy. We should actually fire Simon Wilson and hire this guy here to be the financial secretary. Lincoln, whenever you all call Brian Rule, please tell the people when you're going the campaign trail that y'all are going to make him the next financial secretary. Because if he could do this with his own personal finances, he should be able
He's
to
good.
turn this country around.
Yeah, he's good.
This
good.
is abnormal. So forgive me if I am digesting an abnormality a bit awkward. I apologize. This don't happen in real life, is what I'm saying.
So no one who has a salary of $37,000 would have a savings of $60,000.
No, because yet, okay, let's do this. If you earn $37,000 a year, your debt servicing, if you were to get into loans and debt, would be about 45% on the high end. A good loan officer tries to keep you to around 40 or 42%.
So he makes $3,083 a month, right? So if you take
40% of that will be what? 10% of it will be $308. Times that by 4, that's about $1,232.
Yeah, $1,233.
Or somewhere around there. Right?
So
So you telling me that a man that's making $3,000 a month
minus 3,000, it leaves him with $930. Sorry, it leaves him with $1,700 left.
Right. That's if he's servicing any debt. But according to this thing, the fella say he don't have no liability. All of his debt is paid. But you say he got 4 children.
5.
Okay. That would mean that if they're in a private school, all the school fees are paid.
Now, Levan, they're saying that if you're going to, they're basically saying you're a hypocrite. They say if you're going to scrutinize everyone running for politics, then you should have been doing this a few elections ago, and maybe you could have exposed all those unbelievable declarations.
I think this person is the same thing Jesus asked the disciples to go loose from the tree. That's what I think, but them. These phone line open? Because that there makes no sense. What would Jesus call the thing? A young cult?
Yeah.
Yeah, you tell this young cult, I say, don't text you back. I'm trying to say this to you. Firstly, I wasn't always in this space to be able to critique people's declarations. Secondly, I have in the past critiqued Travis Robinson's declaration. So I don't know what they're talking about, right? And I have no time for Neanderthalic spats. Put up Darren Pickstock. Conversely, Darren Pickstock, who, believe it or not, is not the richest man in the race.
You have a call?
Darren say he making $430,000 a year. Salary. That is also unusual to me. He is a partner in a law firm. It isn't uncommon for partners in law firms to be doing about $200,000, $300,000 a year. That's not abnormal.
He has a mortgage.
But I'm wondering whether or not he is also calculating his shares and his parts in his salary, which technically is salary. You follow me?
Yeah.
And therefore, you shouldn't calculate them as salary. How much money is this Negro working for per annum? Not what is the value of his buy-in to the company, not what is the company's dividend share profiting, what is the company's executive share profiting. Those things can't be factored in because they're not guaranteed salary. You with me on that? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like how the banks shouldn't technically be calculating people in law enforcement's uniform allowance because that's not salary. But $430,000 is a little on the high side if you ask me for partners, because I know senior managing partners who are a part of the big tree that wasn't making that right there as a salary. And you know who the big tree are, right?
No,
McKinney, Graham, Higgs.
Okay.
That's the big tree. They are the Jesus of the legal fraternity. But he could have $100,000 in savings if he makes $400,000 a year. Because by virtue of that, he could save $43,000 per annum, and in 2 years, save $100,000. He could save less than 10% of that, and in 5 years, save $100,000. Yeah? He has real estate that is somewhere in the area of $1.35 million. I'd like to go see what he tell the Department of Inland Revenue about what his house is valued, right? He has an automobile that's $20,000. So a modest American vehicle, I would assume. And he has bills that are somewhere around $245,000 on a mortgage that is $180,000.
We got 3 calls.
We get into them. So I imagine he has some loans, some consumer loans. He probably has a credit card for about $20,000 or there's about. He probably has more than one of them. That looks reasonable to me.
Okay.
I'm saying that Brian Rolls' thing is so far in the left field, we have to examine it. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Miller and Spiritual Advisor.
Good afternoon.
So, Mr. Miller, I'm listening to you talking about Mr. Roll. So I just wanted to say to you that if this gentleman worked for Patelco, you have to understand that Patelco did 3 sets of VSEPs.
Okay.
And the last one that they did under Cable and Wireless, those persons would have gotten the majority of the money.
Okay.
You have to also realize that these people have worked overtime and were not touching their salaries, so they could have been saving their overtime. They could have been investing in real estate with their overtime.
Okay.
Okay? On top of that, when you look at investments, I know we bought shares in the Arawak Port development when they first opened.
Sure.
Those shares have more than tripled, quadrupled in terms of value from what you bought.
You mean the ones in the back by? You mean the ones in the back by Betty K?
Exactly.
Man, I buy some of them too. They ain't really turn out to be that fancy.
Well, you must pay and buy enough.
I
You
buy
ain't
the
got it
amount
right
they
now.
allow me.
But what I'm saying is that I give you credit Mr. Miller, because you have plenty sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the way how you are coming at this candidate with not having all the facts as to how he would have accumulated
And
this
that's
money,
why I've said,
I think it's unfair.
But that's why
because you
I
have
said,
the credit union, you have inheritance, people who he may have had someone in his family who died and left him something.
and so all I'm saying,
You know?
and so all I'm saying to you, caller, is it looks abnormal. It is a sworn document because he had to do it before a justice of the peace or a notary public. And because of its abnormal appearance, I think it should be investigated. That's what I'm
But
saying.
you need to first of all find out from Mr. Thompson if there were no backup documents to support what he's saying.
They
And
don't
I
require
think you're a
back. They
bit
don't require.
strong on this.
I've made
because
a
it's not
declaration before.
impossible.
I've made a declaration before. Do you know that about me?
Yes, I know that about you.
They don't require supporting documents for these declarations. You make the declarations and you swear to a justice of the peace that what you have sworn is true and correct. So
Okay,
there
and
is
so
no
it's
supporting
up
document.
to government now if there's a disparity in what he is saying.
Yeah.
But what you need not continue to do, I think, Mr. Miller, is to continue down this path with this gentleman. Because you don't know how he would have come by what he says he's come by.
Fine. And all I'm saying to you, if you could hear me, is I'm not operating in a vacuum here. I saw the declarations today. I went and I spoke to some accountants who I think are quite credible. And I asked them, how possible is this? And after almost an hour and a half of deliberations,
But, Mr. Miller,
Mm-hmm.
I heard you say all of that, but you have to understand that common sense been here before education.
Sure.
So who you think may be credible accountants,
Mm-hmm.
they may have been at the bottom of the barrel in their class.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
pilots
just
don't
saying
even
that
need 100%.
it's not impossible. My brother, when he left Patelco, got almost $500,000.
500. This
He
number
left
keeps...
on the cable and wireless, and he had to hire a lawyer for them to let him go because he was the only one who knew how the structure ran in Grand Bahama.
Wow. But I'm understanding
So
that-
I know how much money they would have gotten in these thefts. So please, Mr. Miller,
Okay.
man, come on. We have to be transparent.
But is
Give
it-
the man a chance.
Is it
You know,
unreasonable? Hear me.
don't attack him like this for so long.
Hear me. Is it unreasonable for me in a public platform, with a public platform rather, in a public space, to simply ask the parliamentary commissioner to have a look at this?
Well, what you should have done, right? You should have gone to the parliamentary register first.
Uh-huh.
I think you should have gone to him and then come back and say, my due diligence has shown this.
Uh-huh.
But then no, because I guess that's not really how a talk show works. So, yeah. But I don't think that it's impossible for someone
Impossible,
earning
no.
$37,000 to have a
Impossible,
savings
no.
of $62,000. That is not impossible at all.
65,000.
Not when you have credit unions, investments, and all these other instruments out there. It's not impossible.
Impossible, no.
And you know what my mother-in-law always said? And she's a founder of the credit union.
Mm-hmm.
She would always say you borrow from the credit union when you don't need it and put it on your savings.
So what I want to say is, let me lend you a Levinism. Impossible, nothing is. Everything is possible. It is possible that one day the sun will crash into the earth. Probable, many things are highly. And this seems highly improbable to me.
No, not really. And I think that's why you've opened the phone lines for so long and you've not had a number of callers because I think people are having a problem.
No, I got people
with
on the
this
line. I got people
topic
on the
and
line.
The fact that you're saying it's impossible.
Not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I never said that. I said it is
Okay.
incredulous. That means difficult to believe. And unconscionable, which means it's hard to even consider that even if you use standard best saving practices, which is 10%, you give yourself the same amount of money as you give God, that would take 20 years.
No, it would not. You don't listen. You ever worked in a unionized environment where these people are contracted to increments and percentage raise every year of their contract? You know how much back pay they get? you've clearly not seen the numbers in a unionized environment.
Then I will claim my ignorance here because no, I haven't seen the numbers. What I am saying though is based on salary, savings, and investment portfolios, the numbers saved versus the salary earned over the period just looks abnormal to me, and I think it should be investigated.
No, it doesn't. And I'm encouraging persons who have been in these unions, these legacy unions. I'm encouraging you all to call in and let Mr. Miller know that what he is saying is not a norm, or it's not abnormal for persons who make
probably be in the wrong
a ton
space.
of
I need to get a
overtime,
union job.
who get back pay, who get increments, who have credit union shares and savings.
Yeah.
And
I have all these things. I have credit union shares. I have savings. I have shares in the port.
Account.
The only thing I didn't get was a visa
in a unionized environment.
All right, thanks, caller.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
The only thing
Have a
I
good
didn't
day.
get
You
so
too.
far that I heard called off was a visa. But I get everything else.
But you must say that caller made a lot of sense.
I'm not trying to detract or to take away from what she's saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if you run a normal salary, savings, and investment portfolio, this declaration
Well, it doesn't seem
raises a red flag to
It doesn't
me.
seem as if this one is normal.
Okay. And if it's abnormal, I think we should look into it. Hello, caller. Hi, caller.
Hello,
Hi.
Mr. Miller, how are you?
I feel well.
This is Miss the lady in the east with the smoke. Do you know, I've never seen the guy. The guy never came around.
No?
The lady in the east with the smoke.
They ain't come to you?
No, sir.
They had given me every
Give a
assurance
call.
that they was on their way that evening.
No, sir.
Listen to me. Hold the line for me, because I didn't have a number to get back to you.
And it's still going on. The smoke is still going on.
Hold the line for me. Make sure you don't hang up until you hear my producer's voice. I need a number for you. Give my producer your number. Let me get in contact with you, okay? All right? Stop listening to me on the radio. Listen to me on the
He has
phone.
my number. He has my number.
The producer took your number the last time?
Yes.
You have the number, producer? Hold for him again. Give it to him one more time for me, please. And let me work on that myself personally. All right? Yeah, 323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Top it off. How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Moses, so you're saying it's not possible? It's not possible for him to save that type of money?
Not possible. Abnormal.
All right. Quick question. So how many numbers supposed to be have on this island? Just this island alone.
Many.
Okay, so he put $8 a number.
No. Then that would be an abnormal situation.
What else is?
But I think I mentioned that.
Oh, you did? I
Yes.
didn't
If
catch
you hit
that
one
part.
number, then
So
okay.
another question, seeing that you put that there.
Yeah.
Would you be scrutinizing Bastian many dicta?
If I could be secret, say it again.
Would you be digging into Benita Clares?
You mean Sebastian Bastian?
Yeah.
Well, firstly, I have no direct.
No, Benita Clares.
Huh?
Benita Clares.
Listen, let me answer you. I want to answer you. Firstly, I have no direct involvement or interaction with Mr. Bastian at any point. Secondly, he is in public life and in a public space. He has volunteered to go there. It is my job to comment on things in the public space.
I just want you to just say you were digging into
I answering you. So if Sebastian Bastian puts something on a declaration that raises a red flag in my mind, the answer to your question is yes.
All right, brother.
Yeah. You know, here's the thing. I've been poor so long that the worst thing they could do to me is make me poor again. And if they make me poor again, I'm a subject matter expert at poverty. I will just go back to being poor tomorrow and then show them that it was me and God that make me unpoor the first time. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Yeah, so, I mean, don't say if Sebastian Bastian come on a declaration and say he have $300 trillion. Man, come on, Sebastian. I mean, come on. Let's talk about this. How? Show it to me. And granted, the declaration doesn't require that from them, you know. You just declare, this is what I have. And the fella say, this is what you say you have? You say yes. He say, this is what the man say he have. I accept it as true and correct. Bam. Certify the document. I'm saying to y'all that some of these things I think need to be looked at a little closely. Declarations should at least make some sense. And this one don't really make sense to me. Hello, caller.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Hi.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Miller. I know you want to roll. I just have something to say to Mr. Spiritual Advisor.
Sure.
Okay.
Spiritual Advisor, all as well.
Yeah, man. Great.
Okay. Bahamians would know the recipe of switcher.
Sorry?
The Bahamians would know the recipe for switcher or lemonade.
Yeah.
So sugar, water, sour, lime.
Yeah. All lemon.
If I don't mention one of those, does that make it less important?
I don't think so.
Okay. Now, at the beginning of the show, you said Jesus spoke with the rich man.
Yeah, yeah.
Which commandments did you say he communicated to the rich man again?
There were a few of them, and a few of them were not there.
Okay, a few of them were not there.
Like thou shalt not kill.
Go
ahead.
So does that make the commandments that he didn't mention less important?
Jesus never said that. My point is this. As important as it is for people today who keep the Sabbath, why Jesus didn't mention it? That was my question.
The Sabbath being unmentioned doesn't make the Sabbath less important or less crucial or critical for. Now, I'm not saying you have to keep the Sabbath to get into heaven, you know, but that doesn't make it less significant if it wasn't mentioned.
Let me ask a question.
Commandment, yeah.
Let me ask, why didn't Jesus mention it?
Why didn't he mention thou shalt not have any other gods before me?
Yeah, because he was God.
No, but I'm saying, why didn't he mention it?
And I did say that. I did say, right, but my point is this, though. I think, let me ask you a question. Do you understand anything but the Seventh-day Adventist doctrine?
He sounds Seventh-day. He sounds Seventh-day.
Right. Do you realize that the Seventh-day Adventists teach if you don't keep the Sabbath, you're going to hell?
That's not true.
That is the truth, my brother. Unless
I go to church every Sabbath, and they don't say that.
Yeah. Really?
No, they don't.
Okay.
No, they don't.
All right. Well, that's the
Jesus
first time.
came in
You're the
New
first Adventist
Testament, Jesus came to extend grace, not law.
So let me ask a question. Is the Ten Commandments still alive today?
It is. Of course it is.
Ah. So if the Ten Commandments are still alive today, if you break one, what are you guilty of?
You break all.
Ah. So how is it possible that I could not keep the Sabbath and still be right with God?
That is why we try and reach and teach.
So you'd be going right back to what I said originally. If you don't keep the Sabbath, you're going to hell.
No.
That's the reality.
That's it on extreme.
What you mean? It has to be.
No, I can't tell you going to hell
listen,
if you don't keep the Sabbath.
let me ask a question.
You are people of different religions who go into Sabbath. I mean, who go into heaven, you know.
Let me ask a question.
Seventh-day Adventists are not the holiest of holy.
Okay, well, we're not discussing
We don't
that.
teach that.
No, we're not discussing that, but here's what we're discussing. Isn't the Sabbath a part of the Ten Commandments?
Indeed it is.
It is the fourth commandment, right?
It is?
And it is the fourth commandment, right?
Are you keeping it?
No. Just answer my question. I don't
Yes,
keep
it
the
is.
Sabbath.
Yes, it is.
It is the fourth commandment. It is contained within the 10. You said that those 10 commandments are still alive today. And we are required to keep them, aren't we?
But we aren't bound by the law.
All right, so then I don't have to
That's
keep
why
it.
when Jesus
All right, so I
came,
don't have to
he
keep it then.
extended grace.
No, so I don't have to keep it. You asked me just now if I just keep it, so I don't have to keep it.
Well, if the
Now you see how you running around the mulberry bush?
But because I think what I would argue is that if the Sabbath can't get me in heaven,
Why you
that means
arguing
it
it?
can't keep me out of
Yeah,
heaven.
so why you arguing it?
No, I'm not arguing with you.
Okay.
I
And I
come
don't
in
mean
peace.
argue
I
like
come in
row.
peace.
I mean to offer as a position.
So then you should.
Because I don't want person. See now, you're speaking. You're using the radio forum to speak to the masses, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want the masses to be confused. I feel it was my duty. I don't really call the show, but I was just to let you know, the Sabbath is equally important as any other
Now you
commandment.
see what you're saying?
Do you call the other shows?
No. I listen to this from Rodney Monk.
Because I was going to tell you, ain't nobody listening to them on the show. You might as well come listen to us.
Caller, I can let you go right now.
Uh-huh.
Give me one single passage in the New Testament where Jesus commands the Sabbath to be kept.
Probably, what are you doing?
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Weren't the Pharisees after Jesus for healing or for picking fruit or food on the Sabbath? Wasn't the Sabbath fought down by the Pharisees?
No. Answer my question. Give me one passage in the New Testament where Jesus himself says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Where can I find that in the New Testament?
Oh, wow.
Don't wow me. I want the scripture. Anyhow, you have a good weekend, sir.
You have to give him your number. You have to give him your number.
Call me.
I use give everybody else your number.
Don't be
Call me 814-6096.
Hold on, let's have a minute.
814-6096.
All right, sir.
You're
And you make sure you
something.
take him to task.
You're onto something, though.
You take
I
Bradley to
like the
task.
discussion. I like the discussion.
Okay, that's cool. Call me.
I come in peace. I ain't come to row.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Hey, and I want to give you some
see that.
advice. You ready?
Huh?
I will give you some advice. You ready?
Go ahead.
First of all, pay people who just give you advice. Secondly, don't let Bradley talk you tired without at least buying you coffee. So meet him at a coffee shop, and then you make him pay for the coffee, all right?
I appreciate you. My number is
gotta go to the break.
814-814-6096. Call me. I invite all 7 Adventists all around the Bahamas to call me, please. 814-6096.
Bradley, I kept saying I want to be a biddy. I changed my mind. I need to find me a gal who retired from BTC. Don't move. Freedom March will be back.
This is Freedom March.
Hello, thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Welcome back to Freedom March. Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is with us. And Bradley, you want to do the birthdays before we go back? Before we go back to the phone lines, right? And everybody's saying the same thing. What if? We got a million what if. What if the money rained from heaven like manna? All I'm saying is, when there is an abnormal declaration, I think there should be some scrutiny.
Yeah, and I guess people.
I think now he should have to attach a source of means. Is that unreasonable? If I walk in the bank tomorrow morning with $5,000 US, I have to verify my source of income. Do I not?
Yeah, if it's over a certain amount. But let me ask you a question.
Matter of fact, if I don't even have to be 5,000 US, if I walk in the bank tomorrow morning with $3,000 US, they are going to ask me to follow the KYC form.
It all depends.
Nothing about my business portfolio suggests that I will interact with
it
that.
All depends. If they have a structure.
This is my point.
Yeah.
My point is, case by case, there are some normalities, there are some abnormalities.
Okay.
And what is declared looks abnormal.
Well, listen, all I'm saying is this, right? I understand you're advancing an argument. So the thing is now, will the government now look at these declarations to see how realistic they are?
They don't need to be...
and then go back and say, well, listen.
We ain't asking you to be moral oral, I say tell the truth. I don't know if I want to tell the government all my business. I am saying, though, that when you make a declaration, put up Brian Brown's declaration. You should be able to look at a declaration and say, okay, that I could see that happening.
Now, they say you haven't discussed Brian Brown. Who's...
I told you to tell these nanny goats to go away from me because they don't have my run of show. They have no idea what the run of show will be, and they should go and hide themselves somewhere.
These only texts coming to you now.
And I want you to tell them what I say. So you tell me what they say, you tell them what I say. Brian Brown, when we look at his declaration, because yesterday I was a PLP, now all of a sudden I protecting the FNM, how is that possible? And then they ask me stupid things like, if I could scrutinize Sebastian, like he don't have to make a declaration.
Declaration.
What are these people talking about?
39 million?
Yeah.
Assets.
So he makes a salary of, I would say,
real estate.
He makes a salary of a senior assistant secretary in the ministry. $45,000, right? Somewhere around that. Yes. So he makes about the salary of a lieutenant commander, right? Am I right, lieutenant commander, or is that senior lieutenant salary?
5,000 a month? No. It's 45,000 a year.
45,000 can be 5,000 a month, Bradley, because 4,000.
Remember, I can't see this.
No, but you already said 45,000, which means you saw that. So 5,000 a month times 12 can't be 45.
Hold on, that's saying
5 12 is 60. That's what it was the last time I checked it, eh?
Oh yes, it's at the bottom. Income salary is 45.
So he has salary at 45,000. He makes $84,000 a year off of rental income.
So you're making like 3,500 a month then?
No. Get your calculator out. 84,400.
No. The salary says 35,000 a year.
That's real estate income. That means he has rental properties.
Okay, you got salary, real estate, and other.
Right. Then he have $9,000 he making a year. I imagine that is off his car rental company, I'm told.
So with the income, he has 3 incomes. So you got to add them all up then.
Conversely, put a Brian Roll. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This fella's declaration has massive gaps in it. This guy says that he has a savings of $65,000, but he has a salary as the only line item of income of $37,000 a year. There are some gaps in this declaration that need to be answered.
What is this other personal?
I would imagine buildings that he bought cash. Yes? But he obviously generates no income from them because look at his income line. What do you see there?
Just one.
Precisely.
One source.
Now let's go back to Brian Brown. I'm linking Bean. I'm mixing up the two. I know exactly what I'm saying. Brian Brown, conversely, has a salary of a senior assistant secretary or lieutenant commander, $45,000.
When you say real estate, what does he mean by that?
Bradley.
And then other.
Stay with me. $84,000 from real estate have to be rental property.
Okay.
Okay. Then he has 9,600. So I don't know. He could be selling candy.
What do you mean by other? Other could be what? No, I'm just asking you.
Selling candy. It don't matter.
Okay, so you're making 9,000.
Now let's add up what his annual income is.
Selling candy.
Let's add up what his annual income is. Candy is a very lucrative business, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's rotten at your teeth, but it's good.
So lucrative on both sides. You pay for the candy, then you pay for the tea. $45,000, or the same amount of money as a senior assistant secretary.
Hold on. You have your own calculator there, you know.
Man, Bradley, you calculate the number because I want them to say I lie.
45 plus what?
Put the thing back up.
45 plus 9,500?
9,600 plus 84,400. And if you didn't want me to talk
Plus
about your
84
money,
what?
84,400. And if you didn't want me to talk about your money, you could have sold peanut on the side of the road and then no one would care
Yeah, he's only
how much you make a year.
He's only like 139,000.
Which sounds reasonable. He is 50 plus, right? It's not abnormal to be making $100,000 a
Divided
year
by 12.
at 50 plus, right?
He's doing like 11.
That's a decent monthly salary.
11,500.
But at $11,000 per month, the guy has $23,000 in savings. That is reasonable. He has a current account, which would be a checking account.
Obviously, he doesn't save his money good.
No, that you ain't making sense. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
He has a current account, which is a checking account of $600. Checking accounts shouldn't have money on them. They're checking accounts. They're revolving doors for money, right? But he has a securities portfolio of $1.73 million. You know what that means? He probably has shares in an insurance company or in a brokerage company or, you understand what I'm saying?
Where do you see that?
Right there, Bradley. Securities. $1.73 million.
No, I'm not trying to be discussing. Honestly, I have a sight problem.
But
okay?
you just tell
I
me
can't.
from the 1.2
Yeah, I could see.
million
You could see, man. Anyhow,
Oh,
you know
I'm
what?
right in the same
I
side.
stop for the day, man. I
Oh,
stop.
boy.
You on your own with us.
Let's go back to the phone line since Bradley leaving me on my own.
Yeah, you on your own. with us.
323-775-6980. I tell you change these glasses long time.
No,
Hello,
this for reading.
Well, what you doing?
Birthday?
Let's do birthday then. Let's do birthday. Since Charlie
You
want
see
me
how
to
far
talk
the
about the
screen
money.
is from here? And see how small those
Since
figures
Charlie
are?
want me to talk about the money, let's do the people's birthday. Who birthday it is?
Let's see. Did we get any birthdays
Of
today?
course, we have to have birthdays.
Let's see. Oh, my glasses just ripping now. Nah, I ain't got no glasses.
These glasses need the blood of Jesus.
Oh, man, let's see. Where are we now? Okay, so Brandon Hanna. We want to wish Brandon Hanna a happy 15th birthday coming from his mom. Kiret, his dad, Vesco Hanna, Grammy K, and Auntie Brenda, his brother Dalen, all the way in Tennessee State. All the Forbes Hanna Maynard families, they love you. Brandon, happy birthday to you. Teresa Monroe, happy birthday to Teresa Monroe. From Stanley K. Zuma, from your husband Slick, your son Leo, your daughter, Andronique, sisters, brothers, and family, friends also, especially your niece Tika, and your good friend Charlie Panza. Happy birthday, Teresa Monroe. Renee, happy birthday to Renee, celebrating birthday today. Greetings coming from her children, Renisha. Elliot, your grandson Rio, your 8 sisters, Brenda, Jackie, Sherry, Gayleen, Suzanne, Donna, Deborah, and Karen, numerous nieces, nephews, cousins, friends, and saints from St. Margaret's Church family. Happy birthday to Renee. Happy wedding anniversary. Going out to Martin and Fafika Bain. They'll be celebrating their 30th. That's the wrong photo. I'm so sorry, I don't know who that person is. But yeah, happy anniversary, Martin and Fafika Bain. They'll be celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary, which is today, actually. Is today the 4th? Okay. Happy anniversary to both of you. May God continue to bless, guide, and protect you. And of course, we hope that you enjoy many, many more anniversaries to come. All right. Congratulations, Martin and Fafika. Yeah, that's all.
Well, Bradley, I have a special one.
Good. Go
I
ahead.
have to send a special happy birthday to the inimitable, to the incomparable, to the satiatingly delightful, to the glorious, to the resplendent Miss Eleanor Saunders, who, she says she's not just one of the women in Bradley. She say that she is a pair of soft hands all the way in Grand Bahama. And she turns her age today that you won't believe, so I go whisper that to you on the break.
60?
All I want to tell you is she got children 50.
Wow.
And so to Eleanor Sanders, the nicest pair of soft hands in all of Freeport, Grand Bahama, I want to say to you, my dear, happy birthday from me over here at Freedom March and from Bradley too.
Yes,
and I hope
happy
you enjoy
birthday.
your day, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that every single thing your heart desires. Isn't she just wonderful? I mean, she is just par excellence, eh? And so to Eleanor Sanders from Freedom March, I want to say a happy birthday. And I hope next year, when you have a birthday, that we're able to come over there and throw confetti in the air for you, because why not, if you're the nicest pair of soft hands in all of Grand Bahama, eh? All right, Bradley, so let's go back to the phone lines. 323-7775. Isn't she wonderful?
Indeed.
6980775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Afternoon.
Hey.
I just want to say, man, everybody taking what you're saying too personal, man. At the end of the day, maths don't lie, numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're only making an observation. You know, not a critique. You know, you're not trying to down anybody. It's just observation.
And
Yes,
caller,
that's true.
And caller, this is why I tell people, right? It is one thing to speak English. It is an entirely different thing to understand English. I have been very meticulous in my choice of words. I am not accusing him of anything. I am not suggesting any malfeasance or misfeasance on his behalf. Notice the words I have said. This is abnormal.
Yep,
You,
and
you know that there's nothing wrong with being abnormal.
Nope.
Okay. And where there is an
was talking about the 500,000 BTC. That's a whole different scenario. Those persons were paid out based on their years of service.
Yes.
So you can't use that as to put in the pool to say that can be justified.
But what I'm
You
saying
know,
to you is, when you detect an abnormality, there should be an inquiry. Is that unreasonable?
Not at all, sir. And continue. Don't allow them to sway you, sir. You just make an observation.
Listen to me. I grew up in a yard with so much children. My grandma used to have beaten concert. You ever been a part of a beaten concert?
Well, we all been there. If you're old enough, you've been there.
Yeah, but my Grammy had 18 children and 79 grandchildren. So sometimes you in the yard, right? And she come outside to beat, and you even ain't sure what happened. You just pull up. But guess what? Beating sharing out, and boy, some of these licks for you too, because why you standing here, right? And so I get it. Sometimes people just want beat.
Yep.
And I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, man, but continue. You're doing a good job.
Thank you, buddy.
All have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
And
Take
so
care.
all I'm saying is it is irregular. It is not the norm.
Well, we need to get him on the
And
line.
when I speak to people who crunch numbers every day as a profession, and they draw up a set of formulas or formulae for me that could possibly lead me to this
So
end,
that's why you think he's lying?
I never said he was lying.
So why be dwelling so much on it?
You said you used to work in a bank, right?
I mean, I'm not interested. Honestly,
You
I'm
said
not-
you used to
yeah.
work in a bank.
But
Don't
le-
preempt
but
my
le-
question.
No, but leave
Answer the
on.
questions
No,
one by
hold on,
one.
leave on.
So
leave
if
on.
you,
I'm
if
not
you,
interested in that.
Yes, but if you used to work in the bank, then you must know about KYC principles and laws, no?
No, your customer.
Precisely. And all I'm saying,
So Brian, so what's his name?
you even didn't know the man's name, but the man say he got $65,000.
Yeah, so he's saying that's what you need to know about me. So I tell you all.
Okay. Well, you know, Bradley say, don't ask the man no more questions.
Yeah,
and this
man.
is exactly why public policy is where it is. This is exactly why people is, you know,
Yeah,
assembly
he said,
public.
what you all need to know with me? Okay, here's it. I'm telling
Yes,
you.
and I'm saying that when something looks irregular, Bradley, we should ask about it.
So who should this?
The parliamentary commissioner.
Right. So now he needs that question. Then.
Okay. So there's a race in Golden Isles, but it appears as though only 2 people show up to the race. You have the picture I send you, producer, with the 2 fellas who have their billboard side by side. I want to tell you something in the way of them. You all effing horrible. I want to tell you all that. Because at some point, you all have to show up to this race. Then, you all have a story in the news about whether or not the government using its resources is fair or unfair. Let's go to the clip with them talking about whether or not the government using its resources, and whether or not being in government and being able to pave a road or being able to fix a pothole or being able to is something a government should be doing. Mind you, when they run Dwayne Sands in the by-election in Malcolm Park, man, Elizabeth Estates looked like Miami at one point. So, when is it wrong, is my question, or is it only wrong when you're in opposition? Because if this is the norm, then I don't understand what is our difficulty with simply practicing the norm. So let's go to the clip and hear how the FNM, who is the COI, got 10 members if you count Lincoln twice. But they got billboard. I see PLP billboards all the way in Southern Shores.
Where is this? Because I saw 3 together at one point.
I'm saying this. When is the FNM coming to this race, Bradley?
Where's this?
And an unknown location. Let's go to the video clip.
Well, still talking politics tonight, the Davis administration facing pressure as political commentators say recent efforts in a constituency the governing party is hoping to keep on its side highlight how officials weaponize elections. This as the party's candidate also seeming to imply that those residents were in dire need of representation. Our Jose Etienne has more on this tonight.
I am running because I am tired of people being ignored. That is why I'm running. I am tired of people calling for help and getting excuses.
Critics argue that the governing Progressive Liberal Party's by-election candidate, Darren Pickstock, was biting the hand that feeds him as he addressed scores of party supporters last week on nomination day.
I am tired of seeing our communities wait years for the simple things. A fixed street light, a paved road.
Perhaps the expectation was for Pickstock to laud the governing party's work while promising to build on what was laid out. But not only did he speak candidly, according to a PLP press release, he also spoke from a standpoint of accountability and responsibility. Critics might go as far as saying, though, that he inadvertently threw Golden Isle's former Member of Parliament, Vaughn Miller, under the bus as residents have long expressed concerns about unmet expectations and neglect that now casts a shadow on Miller's legacy. For residents, it would be hard to not see the roads that have been recently paved in the area as a campaign pitch with a by-election on the horizon. Nonetheless, the candidate wants to prove why he says he's the right pick.
Next 24 days are everything. We've got to move like a family, like a team, Golden Isles. Every call you make, every door you knock on Golden Isles, every conversation you have, Golden Isles, it matters. That's how we're going to win this thing, Golden Isles.
But another overarching concern here is whether the Davis administration is weaponizing the upcoming by-election by using government machinery as a campaign tool, and whether the ongoing infrastructural improvements in Golden Isles could be scrapped if an opposition candidate wins.
We all remember what came before: neglect, stagnation, and cluster program that were helping Bahamians. The other side stopped. They reviewed and they canceled, and the Bahamian families paid the price. We cannot afford to turn back now.
Those are relevant questions, given how the country's leaders spoke during the 2023 by-election, which ultimately swung in government's favor. Perhaps a scare tactic against the electorate.
Well, they should vote for him because, first of all, they'll not be voting for a voice that will be in opposition. They'll be voting for a voice that will have the air of the government.
We want to work and support the people of West Grand Bahama, and they need an advocate that can call any minister of the government and have their phone answer on the first ring.
The by-election is expected to go down to the wire. The FNM's candidate, Brian Brown, is campaigning on his continued presence in the area despite losing in the 2021 general election. Pickstock is promising to address years of inaction with the support of government, and the Coalition of Independents is looking to take down both major parties. Jose Etienne.
And so to that, I say, if the PLP is guilty of a transgression, do you know what that transgression would be, Bradley?
Talk to me.
I don't know why they keep nominating candidates that require this amount of propping up. We saw the same thing in West End. The candidate was a candidate on a stick. He simply just wasn't, he was